is my name, and discussing offline businesses, though I've started online business I had for 7 years and had 12 employees, but also know I've done very well with offline businesses with very low startup, extremely low startup. Previous video I did was a little on the audio was pretty bad. So we're going to try to cover some of that area again. And it was basically based on developing a film. It's a small business I started years ago when developing film was the thing to do. And just to get the basic concept of it, don't worry about whether it applies today, it doesn't. Okay. Um, what I did was I created packages for film. And I started out working for a baby photography company. And we would go in and sell a package for like $500, and I'd get 150 of it or whatever. And we would uh, go door to door, sell these to a family, and then we'd come in and take their pictures every 3 months for a 2, 3 year period, different packages they could buy. Anyway, I decided, okay, well, what could I do that would be my business? So I came up with the developing of film because a lot of people like taking their own pictures. I figured, well, a lot of people want to take their own baby pictures. They don't need our photographer. So I created a package and I went to photography development studios, which no longer exist. Okay. But the concept, get the concept, and said, okay, look, I'm going to promote your business. It's going to be no cost to you. I'm not going to charge you anything. I'm going to create a booklet, and the booklet's going to have 3 rolls of film that need to be developed because back at that time it wasn't like it is now. You take film in and develop. Okay, so you're going to develop 3 rolls of film for me for free for my customers that I get for you, and 12 rolls of film for half price. So this was the deal, and it's not going to cost you anything. And I found it was very easy to sign up companies because I said, look, uh, I'm coming to you first. You're the guy. You're the best in town. Everyone knows you. You need a lot more customers though, and I would like to work with you folks. Uh, Give me this package. If not, I'll go and find another development company in the area and build them. But I'd like to work with you. I had a yes every time. I don't think I had anyone ever say no, and I went to a lot of cities and did this. So they would say, okay, we'll do that. We're going to get all this advertising and promotion. So then I would go out door to door and eventually hired a few people. Even I had my dad doing it. So I had a few people doing it, but it was a tough job. Uh, Selling door to door is not the easiest way to go. But anyway, back in the day, so I created these packages and they cost me about 50 cents to print. So I'm just giving you an idea of what you might be able to apply to something you are already doing or you've been thinking about doing. All right. Let me just turn this on here so if anyone wants to comment, they can. Um, so, uh, 50 cents to create this little booklet. 3 rolls of film, any size, 12, 24, or 36. And back at that time, you could pay $16, $18 to develop a roll of 36 film. Okay, so it gives you some idea of the value. So 3 rolls alone would be worth 50, $60, and then the other 12 rolls at half price. So it's worth over $100. Anyone that likes photography. So I would sell these books, and I had to come up with a price. And this is nothing I ever saw anyone else do. So I figured, okay, let's start with 19.95. So it's $19.50 profit. See what we can do. So I started selling those, and it was a bit of a slugging it at first because a lot of people didn't believe that I could sell a package for $20 that was worth $100 or $120, depending where you went. So I did the 19.95 for 2, 3 weeks, and I thought, well, let's see if it works better at a higher price. Usually you might want to go down in price. So I go, let's go up. So, and I also did this in some houses I was selling too, by the way. I'd go up and set it down, and they'd sell. Anyway, so I said, okay, let's price these at $29.95. So door to door again, $29.95 for a package. Now people were buying 2, 3 packages. I thought, wow, $29.95 is really maybe that's the sweet spot, but I don't know. Testing, you must test your product. Anything you do, test it. So I said, okay, let's try another $10. Let's go to $39.95. $39.95. Sales went up again. I'm thinking, this is heaven. I found the heavenly business here. 50-cent investment and $39.95. So I got $39.50 profit. All right. So then I went one more time. I went to, I can't remember for sure, 45 or 49.95. Can't remember because it didn't work. Okay. But 49.95, suddenly sales started dropping off. So now people weren't willing to pay that kind of money for $100, $120 worth of developing a film. So I went back to $39.95 and sold those packages. And at times I had people buy 20 of them. I'd sell $1,000 of pictures to one person. And who were those people who would do that? Well, my star customers were the ones from overseas, Chinese. They were fantastic. I would go to universities and they loved taking pictures. And they would buy a huge stack of packages. And so I did this in a city where I was 2 million people and saturated the universities, colleges, and did lots of residential, apartments, houses. But then I started to burn out the real good areas because I'd go there 2-3 times over the year and everyone already had packages and they didn't need more packages. And so over the a year and a half, I spread to the next city. So I started driving 50 miles away to the next city. And I did all the universities, colleges again, and residences. And eventually I was getting on planes and flying 500 miles away. So it got a little spread out. I did hire people. That didn't work so well. Even had my dad working for me at one point. He made a few hundred a week, but it was hard for him. This is not, this particular sales method isn't for everyone. But if you're good at it, you could do this with businesses. You may have a package that is perfect for businesses. And I'd like to help you develop that package. Figure out, well, what could be done? What would work? Let's test some things. Let's try some things. Maybe you're in plumbing. Maybe you're an accountant. I don't know. I've promoted lots of attorneys, by the way. So I've done that. Little trouble collecting at times. But anyway, I have a background in so many different fields. And then I had an online company, one of the largest used book companies in North America, and until I ran into Amazon and some problems with them. And anyway, that's all history. But I had a dozen people there doing that online business. But offline has been extremely good for me. And I know a lot of you have ideas. You have an opportunity to develop something that will work, and I'd like to help you get it working. And if I help you for free and we answer questions and it helps people all around the world, fantastic. If you want to have a closer relationship with then we can do that. But again, look forward to working with anyone. I don't care if you're in Africa or North America or South America, or wherever you are, Asia, it doesn't matter. If I can help you, I'm going to try to come online maybe every night if I can, see how often I can do it. I also have a podcast, incomeforbabyboomers.com, and I've had thousands of listeners there, and I interview the most successful seniors I can get my hands on, see what they did and what they would do today. So there's a lot of good stuff over there. But I'm looking forward to working with YouTubers, you folks online, see what we can do together. And hopefully this broadcast went a little clearer than the last one. Last one, the volume or whatever wasn't good. So thank you, and look forward to talking to you again over the coming nights and days. And let's figure out some successful businesses for you and for myself. Let's start something great. Great talking to you, and look forward to working with you in the future.